When I was 19 years old and I begged TAC for help, TAC being a state-operated agency, the Premier of Victoria at that time was Liberal Jeff Kennett. Then when I completed my Masters at University of Melbourne, and I recognised that when I was no longer a student, I would receive less financial support and I wouldn't be able to afford to remain in Australia as a single mother. The Services Minister at that time was Scott Morrison. A few years later, when I became a disability employment consultant and I was sexually discriminated against by my manager, after a CEO who had worked closely with somebody I knew 30 years ago was CEO for a few weeks, the Prime Minister at that time was Scott Morrison. When I enrolled in social work, a Masters of Social Work, during lockdown, Scott Morrison appointed Alan Tudge to be Education and Youth Minister. Alan Tudge was in my electorate. Alan Tudge visited my children's school. I even saw Alan Tudge when I was on my daily exercise during lockdown. So it's interesting, all of these coincidences, because they don't stop there either. My university online, I was studying online. My university was in Wagga Wagga. We all know about the Premier, the Liberal Premier, Gladys, handing out excessive funds to her MP in Wagga Wagga. And then my university just happened to partake in discrimination towards me and subtle forms of harassment, as well as putting me in a social work placement that further committed subtle forms of harassment. So all of these subtle coincidences. But when you total all of them, it's not so subtle.